Why hello there, fellow height enthusiasts. How do you do today? Welcome back to another weekly episode of Climbing Fails. Seems to be a hurricane here on the East Coast, so we're gonna have to watch other people climb this week. So let's hop right into some of these climbing fails and see where these people went wrong, shall we? Okay, so we're starting off today with what looks like a very hard and technical route. He's looking like he's doing pretty strong here. Looking pretty good. I'll try to find the descriptions and the facts about all these videos and put them down below. And I'm going to be trying to analyze them more in depth than my previous Climbing Fails episodes. So I might only be able to get 3 videos in at that 10-minute mark. So if you like that better, me going into deeper analyzing with these videos, a deeper analysis, then let me know down in the comments below. Looking pretty good. Okay, so what I'm gonna say right now is, so far, he's climbing way above that last bolt, and I don't really understand well, I kind of understand why bolts are so spaced apart. It's really just to make grown men scream like little girls. So let's see what happens here. There you go. Yeah, there's the girl scream. So with this video, I guess the whole point of it is, if you like long falls, then spaced bolts are pretty good. But what's the whole point of spaced bolts? Why, if bolting a climb is totally man-made and you're just gonna bolt it up, why not put the bolts every couple, every 5 feet? In this case, it looks like he fell 40 feet, which means that the last bolt was like 20 feet below him. So what's the point in that? I don't know. I think if you're gonna bolt a route, you may as well just bolt it for safety. But the person that first climbs, the party, the way it works in the climbing community and climbing culture is the person that's climbing it next. If you're gonna go climb a climb that somebody climbed first, you have to repeat it in their style. So the first party that climbed this climb, if that's the style they wished to climb it, to have these bolts placed so far apart, then the next party that wants to go try to second it, or another climber wants to do it, it has to follow in the style of the last climber. So that's just the way it is in the climbing world. So the first party, I guess, decided to have fewer bolts on his route, because this is now his route because he climbed it first. So that's how you're supposed to climb it. That's just the way it is. It's a weird world. All right, next clip. Okay, looks like the circus is in town, boys. Now, if you're at a site climbing somewhere and you see something like this going on, you can guarantee you're gonna see something silly happening. So do me a favor and get your phone out, because there's not too many climbing fails out there in the world, and I need some content here. So let's see what these guys could work up here. Okay, so let's look at the way he led this pitch. He's got 1, 2, 3 pieces that are pretty close together, and then it looks like he runs it out. Maybe he runs it out, like maybe it looks like there's a piece there between that piece that's close to him and below. Let's play it some more. Whoa, what a fall, man. He fell from way up there. He's lucky his piece didn't blow. That's the face you make when you almost hit the deck, huh? So the lesson in this one is, don't space your gear out so far. What is he like? What, does he just not have enough gear or something? Place some gear. I don't know what this is over here. Maybe that he finally made it to a bolt or something. I don't know. Not enough gear. Almost hit the deck. And also, none of them are wearing helmets. So, it's better to have your gear close together. And especially if you're going to be running into a horror section, it's better to have the gear closer together. Next clip. Okay, let's analyze this one here. When you're climbing and you're going to be climbing something, if it has big ledges like that, you may as well just consider you're closer to the ground, because you potentially could smack one of these ledges. So he's placing the gear up as high as he can, which is very smart. Giving it a couple yanks so that it really gets seated down in there. That's always a good move. Mentally preparing himself. He's got his helmet on. We know we're like big fans of that. Good for you. Got your helmet on. Getting a hand jam in, stepping up high. Getting close to the piece. Now he's a little bit over the piece. Good time to place another piece. A nice nut placement. That looks like it's sunk right in there. That's nice. That looks like it's good. Getting it right in there. Give another yank. Make sure it's seated. Clipping that in. Looking good. Fixing the helmet. Make sure that thing doesn't distract you. That's why a lot of people don't like wearing helmets, because they're distracting. Sometimes they move around. If you're gonna get a helmet, get one that you like. Otherwise, it'll just bother you, and then you won't wear it. Get a helmet that you would like to wear. Standing up. I can't tell what his placements are like, but so far he's looking pretty good. Always working on to get another placement in. Going up high. Sometimes you want to get the piece as high as you possibly can, and sometimes just the rock dictates that to you, whether what the best place to put it in is, So he's looking to get it up high so he can move up way higher, which is good strat. It looks like he places that cam in horizontally, so if he does fall, that piece will pop out. I don't know if it'll pop out, but it'll move, that's for sure. If you place the cam in like that and you don't seat it to the position where it's going to receive the load, then it's going to move. So you want to place your pieces in the way they're going to get loaded. Going to get a hand jam in here. Right, the hand jam is good. Got another hand jam. It's looking all right.
Come on. Solid.
Should probably get another piece in there if he was able to get a solid enough hand jam in. Oh, there goes. Oh! Oh boy, nearly missed that ledge.
Can you stick a wire?
It looks like, okay, his cam popped out, and as well we can see his belayer's harness. His belayer's harness also has a piece, which means that up there'd be only one piece that held in there. Two of his pieces blew. So his bottom piece, the nut, if I was to have to guess, it blew because when it got loaded sideways instead of down. The nut was probably placed, when you place the nut in there, the nut is placed in there so that it has a downwards pull. So if he fell, if he fell earlier, he probably would have held. But since his belayer flew sideways and up and around, that piece blew. If you want to protect the nut from flying up and out, you also have to place a piece at an angle, at another angle, so that it stops it from pulling up. So another piece facing down, stopping a piece from pulling up is usually what a climber would do to stop pieces from falling out if that was a concerning area that they needed to protect. Basically, you want to make the piece multi-directional, and by doing that, you just add extra pieces. Now the top piece, you have to just guess because you can't inspect it from this video, but I would say because that it was just in horizontally and not facing straight up and down, the cam blew right out. And maybe the crack was a little bit off or whatever. Yeah, so we learned a couple things this episode. The first one wasn't really a fail, it was more of just a climbing fall and a question of should bolts be placed to the advantage of the climber's safety, or should bolts be placed to increase fear factor or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below on that one. We also learned that you should place more gear in. More gear isn't always a bad thing, especially if you don't want to hit the ground. And we also learned in this last one that gear should be placed with intention and thought, and not just thrown into the wall. So that wraps it up. Josh Perry climbing out here. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like these videos. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next week. Climbing fail. Let's tie it in.